Good evening. My name is Thomas Emulus. I'm the owner of Emulus Recording Studio. What I want to basically teach you in this video is if you're an upcoming artist or a band member and you want to sort of make it between that point of saying, look, I'm in a band or I make a living off the band, this is sort of the video that you need to watch to be able to get the info that the modern music industry is using, how you can keep up and market yourself. Let's start with first things first. All rumors about these recording studios dying out are actually false, and they're the opposite. Recording studio numbers are at an all-time high as far as 2012. Employment rates, however, are at an all-time low. Due to the software, basically in situations even like this, the video you're watching originally would have had an audio engineer sort of near the back running the audio. Instead, all I have is just this tablet over here, and I can basically alter the gain staging that's going on with this microphone. What this means is that I don't need to hire an audio engineer for every little thing that I need done. I can now replace these hires with software. Now let's jump into some quick numbers. If you're watching this and say your Facebook page has less than 2,500 likes or your YouTube has less than 2,500 subscribers, you need to be giving your music away for free. Now, coming from anyone, this is sort of a recommendation, yet if you're out there selling music and you just spent $2,000 trying to record an album and it's been 2 years and you're still trying to sell those copies that you bought, you sort of know what's going on. In reality, although back then with vinyl, everything was recorded live. If you had a band that was going to release large music and they sold 1 million copies of some new album, they would have to play that album 1 million times live without messing up and print that onto a record and then send that off as a single copy. What this means is that when you go into a record store to buy a record, originally every single record, if there were 10 copies in that single store itself, all 10 copies were perfectly unique. The side effect of this is that there's not really a creative aspect that's really going on with this modern music. What that means in reality is that people aren't devoting their life to building a reputation for music, they're using music to build their reputation. What you need to do is, instead of watching videos or going out to recording studios to devote your life to recording music and making great albums, what you need to do is build albums that are going to create your band or artist reputation. Let's use this in a basic example. If you look at these modern artists that are signed to large labels, they don't simply make music, or if they do, they're working towards a secondary company. Most larger signed artists have something like a clothing line or a secondary company, and they utilize the music to market their company, even if you don't see that going on. If you're the type of band that only publishes when you play shows or when you're releasing music, you're doing the exact opposite that needs to occur. As a recording studio for us, or any kind of band if you're an upcoming artist or a band member, what we do is we don't publish any direct advertising. What this means is that if we release a new song, generally if it's a large thing, then of course we'll directly promote it. But in reality, what we do is we engage the audience, because if you post 3 to 5 times a day on social media, as recommended by most business owners, yet all you're doing is really advertising or directly advertising the business, you're going to lose followers, people won't engage in your post, and then you'll start to see your likes and engagements go down. What people need to do is start vlogging. These larger bands and these larger artists that are really upcoming and they start from a really low point are basically at the bottom, and then they hit the top very quickly and people say that it's luck. These are the people that shoot vlogs when they're making music. These are the people that make posts that are engaging and they're constantly different, so when they post something new, people are engaged. If all they did was promote their music every single time that they released a single, they would have never made it big and they would have stayed at the bottom, or if it was great music, they would have barely rose and then probably dropped right back down to the bottom.